Do you still have your wedding album? Do you just love it when visitors come over and you're like, let me show you my wedding album? And you start flipping through all the pages and reminiscing about all the happenings, right? Who gave you what and how beautiful the pictures are. So awesome. But what happens when two become one? What do you do then? 15 to 20. Now, 15 to 20 is not how long, on average, people are married in the United States of America. No, $15,000 to $20,000 is the average cost of a single divorce in the United States of America. Real talk, check Forbes and other research places, 15 to 20,000. For some people, that's more than the cost of the wedding day itself. And who plans for that? Who sits with their financial advisor and says, help me budget for my divorce? How much is it going to cost me? No one does that, right? But the reality is that that is where most marriages go. It's not always till death do us part. So, what do you do about that? For some people, the cost of the divorce, because it wasn't planned for, ends up being put on a credit card. Imagine that. On top of carrying the emotional weight of the divorce, the mental weight of the whole process, navigating attorneys and visitation and just all of the child support and everything else that goes into it. And the spiritual aspect as well for people of faith. Now you've got a bill in the mail to pay every month to remind you of that broken relationship. It's not fun. It can be very hard. And divorce, by the way, is a death. And it should be grieved like a death. It's a death of a marriage. It's a death of hope. It's a death of a future. It's a death of plans and dreams and expectations. It's a death of a relationship. It's a splitting of one into two again. Individual finances, right? And you may need help if you're going through this right now, navigating it. Let me share a bit of my story. I've gone through this process twice. I know, no judgment. The first time with a child involved, the second time without a child involved. It's still not easy. It's hard. Thankfully, my divorces, neither of them cost $15,000 to $20,000, but believe me, there was still a cost. And it's something that people don't plan for, right? But once you know what the average cost of a divorce is, and by the way, it can go as high as $100,000 for the complicated, long drawn out divorces. But there are ways around that too, by the way. And I opted to take advantage of the ways around that. No lawyers involved. No, thank you. I know how costly that can be. And yes, there is a way to do divorce without attorneys involved. Without the drama and the finger pointing and all of the stuff that you see on TV. Doesn't have to be like that. But you would know if you don't talk to somebody that can help you, walk you through it. Help you sit down and decide, even before you decide to get a divorce, look at the cost. Is it worth paying a fraction of the cost and working with a family counselor, a marriage therapist to get your marriage back on track, to talk through whatever is hurting and broken, so that way you guys can reconnect and reunite? Is it worth it when you realize how much it's actually going to cost you, just financially, not even considering emotionally, relationally, right? Friendships, families that are split. But if you do decide to go down the road of getting a divorce, then walking alongside, having somebody walk alongside you to help you navigate what it would look like to have your finances be yours all over again. For some people, they didn't manage the finances in the marriage. Now you've got to work with money, budgets, transactions that are unfamiliar to you. Is it worth it to have somebody come alongside and help lift that burden, make it a little lighter? So much to talk through. I didn't have anyone to help me through it when I was going through my divorce. I figured it out. But I know it could be so much easier having somebody there that actually understands what it feels like, what the process could look like, and that there's hope on the other side. Someone that is a loving, gentle, calm, peaceful voice in the middle of what could be a big emotional storm. That's what I believe God has me here for. To remind you that no matter what season you're in, what boat you may be sitting in the moment, God is right there. And He sees you. And when you ask for help, He sends it. Will you let Him help? Do not go at things alone. Not if you don't have to. When I was going through my first divorce, I looked around and I tried to find somebody who understood. And there really was no one there. But right now, you have somebody saying, I've been there. I simply want to be there with you. If for nothing else, to let you know that there is hope on the other side. Cheering you on for your marriage to stay together, first of all. Work it out. If you choose to stay in the marriage, abuse, loneliness, infidelity, financial, physical, no judgment. If you decide, I cannot continue with the abuse, the loneliness, the financial infidelity, the physical infidelity, I'm cheering for you too. No judgment.